everyone, how's it going? Matthew Bailey here, and welcome to another 2020 movie review. And just like the last one I did for Trolls World Tour, this is unfortunately a movie that I didn't get to see in the theaters at all. I didn't get a chance to because it actually got released on the same weekend that during the weekend right before all the theaters shut down, and I didn't get a chance to see it because I was working. But this movie is actually, I'm glad I decided to get it on DVD because it was really amazing since it was based on a true story, and that is the movie I Still Believe. Now, this movie is about a young artist known as Jeremy Camp who, back in 1999 or 2000, whenever it took place, I know the beginning of the movie took place in 1999, but around September of that year I think. So all I know is that it's about a young artist a musician named Jeremy Camp who fell in love when he got to college with a girl known as Melissa, and they had a really strong bond with each other, and he felt like he couldn't live without her, but she made him realize that, especially with his gift of being able to play guitar and sing and being able to have his music speak to others, that he went on to not only become a musical sensation, with, I think it said, over 5 million albums sold. And I even found out my mom knew about him back then. So, I mean, she knows his music, and she just didn't know him, but, I mean, the movie was truly inspirational. I mean, obviously it was based on a true story, and, see, the thing I noticed about movies that are based on true stories that I've watched in the past, like the Harriet movie and the Blinded by the Light movie, I mean, and even The Blind Side. Those are all movies that are based on true stories that really make you realize that about stuff that's happened in life that changed the world. I mean, sure, this movie isn't that much of a big movie that tells a story about something big that changed the world, but I mean, it just showed us a young artist who sort of got inspired by the unfortunate demise of his young love. And I'm not trying to spoil too much. I mean, it's based on a true story that happened years ago, but I mean, it's been on DVD for a few days now, but all I can tell you is that this movie truly was great. It was amazing the way they told his story, and I gotta say, I'm really glad that there's a lot of filmmakers out there who try to reach out to actual people who are still alive, that have had stories that can be told on the big screen, like Jeremy Camp, for example. And there's even people who are no longer alive that most filmmakers think their story is worth telling on the big screen. And like I said, the whole thing with the Harriet movie. But this movie, the guy is still alive, and I don't know if he'll ever see my review of this movie, but I gotta say, this movie was sort of cool, and just like the Overcomer movie that I mentioned in another video back in February, it made me cry a lot. I mean, it's so crazy how a lot of these movies that are based on sad stories actually make me cry so easily. But I gotta say, the I Still Believe movie was truly incredible, and I recommend you buying it on DVD or Blu-ray, depending on which version you want. But for now, let me give you my rating of the movie. So, for my rating of I Still Believe, I mean, you know it's based on a true story, and because it made me cry, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. Yep, 4.5. Like I said, there were some, like I said, because I didn't really know who this guy was back then, I still thought it was a pretty great story the way it was told, but I still thought it was a pretty good movie, so that's why it gets that rating. Anyways, that's all for now in this 2020 movie review, and as always, I will see all you dudes in the next video.